Slowly but surely, the light appears, washing away old wounds, tearing down the dusty curtains behind which a dear friend once lived. Illuminating every dark corner of my heart till all I see is light. All I am is light. Light is a beautiful thing, isn't it? It helps us see our surroundings, move around the world, and even raise our energy and mood. But light also has an incredibly deep spiritual meaning, one of hope, purity, awakening, and transformation. To me, light has a very special meaning because it symbolizes God. In fact, sometimes when I pray or meditate, all I can see or feel is a white light pouring down on me. I wrote this poem a little while back when I was reflecting on all the dark places I had been in before. The places where I thought I was alone, unhappy, and incomplete. Finding the light of God back then seemed like a difficult, if not impossible, task. However, slowly but surely, the light began to appear. The wisdom, healing, and transformation began to appear. So I invite you on this journey with me to delve into this poem, distill its meaning, and perhaps ignite your own spiritual growth and transformation. Let's start with the first phrase. Slowly but surely, the light appears. Even though we may want to heal or awaken right away, this is usually not the case. Awakening is a gradual process, one of deep introspection and purification as we wash away our old ideas, beliefs, and traumas to embrace the pure and peaceful soul that we are. It's not so much a journey of seeking and acquiring, but rather a journey of surrendering. Surrendering to God and letting go of all the false ideas and thoughts we have held on to. Of course, this is definitely easier said than done, but I'm hoping that this poem can inspire you to experience this transformation within. For before you know it, the light that you have been seeking will slowly wash away all your old wounds. It will heal and renew every aspect of yourself. For sometimes we must burn in order to heal. God doesn't create suffering for no reason. He creates it so that we may learn and grow from it, so that we may rise above it and move past our false self and recognize Him as the ultimate reality. When we can grow from our suffering, God's light helps us grow from our painful past. His light tears down the dusty curtains behind which a dear friend once lived. This tearing down of the curtains signifies removing the barriers and obstacles that have been holding us back, the barriers we set up. There is nothing holding us back except ourselves, except our thoughts, except our ego. Now, if you haven't figured it out already, the dear friend that I'm referring to in this poem is our ego. In spirituality, the ego refers to the sense of individual self that we have constructed through our experiences, beliefs, and perceptions. The ego is often associated with our mind's capacity to distinguish ourselves from others and the world around us. But unfortunately, the ego is also the source of our suffering and separation from our true self and others. It creates a false sense of identity that leads to attachment, desire, and ultimately suffering. We believe the ego to be our friend, when in reality it is nothing but pain and suffering. Our real friend is what is behind the curtain, or the light that is pouring through the window. But we have to first remove the curtain. We have to remove our attachment and identification with our ego to see and feel the light. Spiritual practices such as mindfulness, self-discovery, and meditation can help us transcend the limitations of our ego by cultivating awareness and inner stillness. By observing and questioning the ego's thoughts and beliefs, we can begin to identify with a deeper sense of being or consciousness that is free from the ego's limitations and suffering. In simple terms, we can identify and become one with God. When we identify with our ego, our hearts are cold and dark because we only think about our selfish self. But once we identify with the light of God, our heart slowly begins to illuminate as we realize that this light is found in every soul. This light is found everywhere. Once we confront and acknowledge all parts of ourselves, even those that were previously hidden or repressed, we can see past the ego to truly see God. Until eventually, we experience such a profound spiritual awakening that all we see is God. All we are is God. Although I've only had a few glimpses of this state, I can tell you it's a beautiful place to be. A beautiful state of being that culminates our entire spiritual journey from soul to human being and back to soul again. May God's light always guide you as it has always guided me, and may it give you the strength and courage to help you move from a place of darkness and pain to one of clarity and illumination. So thank you for joining me today as we explored the meanings and themes of this beautiful poem, which is also one of my favorite poems. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to see more like it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. There you'll find a variety of spiritual poems, teachings, and meditations that can help you on your journey of personal growth and transformation. Remember that just as the light in the poem slowly but surely brings healing and renewal, you too can make progress in your own personal growth and transformation, no matter how slow or gradual it may seem. Keep shining your light and illuminating every dark corner of your heart, until eventually all you see is light. All you are is light.